happening, guys? Last weekend we took a trip to Leeds Gaming Market and collected some awesome stuff, games and consoles and peripherals. I want to share that with you now. Pickups, I mean, I kind of try and not do as many pickups these days, but because this was a special event, I think it's definitely worth its own video. So without further ado, let's take a look. We got, guys, was a boxed Super Famicom. Now I would give this box a 7 out of 10. I'll put pictures on the screen of the console. You can see that it is slightly yellow, but it does work. It came with all the cables, and this was £55, and I don't think that's too bad. It's the first time I've ever owned a Japanese console, and what a way to start with the Famicom, as the SNES is my absolute favourite retro console of all time. And following on from that, guys, I was absolutely elated to get a bargain on Secret of Mana for the Super Famicom. Now let me try and say this right in Japanese. Seiku Densetsu. Probably made a complete tit of myself there, but this is box complete, and this was only £10. It was labelled up at 15, but the woman was really kind and she said I could have it for a tenner, which according to what other stalls were selling this for was a really good price, as I think the average was about 20 for this. So that was a really nice bundle to start my Famicom collection. I think I'm going to go a little bit crazy on that because it's quite easy to collect for and it's reasonably cheap too. So what a game, what a game. Next up, guys, is a Super Nintendo peripheral, and for £5 we picked up, this is fully complete, the SNES scope, which again I would rate the box about a 7 out of 10. The internals are absolutely immaculate. Again, pictures will be on screen. This bad boy doesn't have any visible yellowing on it, and I think for £5, considering this was going for around 30 at other vendors, is an absolute steal, and I'm so happy to have this in the collection. Next up, guys, is 2 Xbox original games that I have been scouring for quite some time. The first one is Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Absolutely elated to get this, as I'm a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls series. Unfortunately, this didn't come with the instructions. It came with a kind of internal leaflet, so if any of you guys do have a spare copy of the instruction manual, message me on my Facebook group. I'd really appreciate that. I'm happy to pay, obviously. So yes, Morrowind Elder Scrolls 3 Baronhide. What a game. Again, this is becoming, in my opinion, quite a rare title to find, because I think everybody knows that it is one of those classic titles and it's an absolute imperative title to have in the collection. And I think this was a £5 and there wasn't that many around. This was something that I was looking for, couldn't find it, and then all of a sudden popped onto this stall and it was right there, and it is complete as well, which always helps. Picked up a loose SNES cart of Earthworm Jim. I remember my dad borrowed this from one of his colleagues at work and bought this home for me to obviously just kind of try out, and I fell in love with it. It is a little bit wacky and a little bit eccentric, but I really like that. It's so fun to play, it's incredibly quirky, and again, I don't actually come across this much. Even just the cart only, never mind kind of like the box complete, but just the cart only, and it was a reasonable price. I think it was only £8. So yes, I've actually been playing this week and it's been fantastic. Now, I own a PlayStation 1, but for some daft reason I don't own a slim PlayStation 1, and the tag's still on it, it's only blue tacked on. Just for the kind of console unit itself was only £7. It does work, we've tested it out. The eject button, you can see there that it's not a fault, but the eject button does kind of get caught, but it does, you know, it does rectify itself. So that was only £7, and I really love this slim PS1 console. I think they look fantastic. I like them better than the slim PS2s and the slim PS3s. This was a really nice addition to the Sony family, in my opinion. Next up, guys, is a Mega Drive title, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I got this from Retro Reload, one of my affiliates. Unfortunately, there's no instruction manual. I do want it as complete, so again, if you guys do have a copy of the manual lying around, please get in touch with me on my Facebook group. I love this game. It's an awesome kind of action side-scroller fighting. It's surprisingly good. I play it on my JXD quite a bit. I'm happy to have the tangible copy. For PlayStation 1 titles now, guys, from Console Yourself, big shout out to AD and the boys over at Console Yourself, another one of my affiliates. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, been trying to find this, it's quite expensive. I managed to get a complete copy. I do need to replace the front of the case, there was a small crack, but nonetheless I'm kind of happy to have the game. After 4, which is on my shelf somewhere, I think the series lost its way a little bit, but I do think that this game in particular, 3, 4 feels very different to 3. So for me, this holds the most, 3 and backwards hold the most nostalgic feel for Resident Evil games. 4 was great, but had a completely different feel. Now I've just waffled there, but if you guys know what I mean, please let me know. Double case edition of Doom. I own the single case edition. I think I own the platinum edition actually. Been scouring for this. Saw loads and loads of these available. They were ranging from £13 right down to £5. Naturally, I got the cheapest at £5. Micro Machines. Jess and I were playing this on the NES in the week. Jess was getting very frustrated with it. It is quite a frustrating game, and I love it on all platforms, and that's why I wanted to grab it on the PS1. Again, no manual, but that's okay. Hit me up if you have a spare copy lying around, please, guys. Now, one of my favourite action adventure puzzles of all time on the Saturn and on the PS1, Casper. Probably for me one of the hidden gems of the PlayStation. If you guys haven't played it, it's an incredible kind of top-down puzzle game, and you are navigating your way through Whipstaff Manor to help Kat and her father. Naturally, the other ghosts in the quartet are your enemies, and there's lots of puzzles, traps and delights along the way. This is a must-own. You must check this out, guys. This is an awesome game. One final thing which Jess actually found for £1. Now, it's completely shot to pieces. It is a copy of Cool Spot Goes to Hollywood on the Sega Saturn. However, I've always had a problem with Saturn cases. I've never found a sturdy case, and this is absolutely destroyed. It's completely lost its shape. You can see it's incredibly slim on the side, more so than usual. There's no manual, and there's some damage to the internal case. However, the game works, and it was only £1. The game just fell out. That's how sturdy Sega Saturn cases are. But yes, it was £1. So let's put the there it is, guys, £1. So there we go. Leeds Gaming Market was awesome. I did meet a couple of people that I was familiar with and some people that I'd never even met, but they said hi, so thank you for saying hi, guys. Really appreciate it. I love interacting with you guys. Please rate, comment and subscribe. We're nearly at 3,200 subscribers, which is great. But for now, guys, I'm going to say take care. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, everything's in the description. Thank you so much for watching.